Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's first video, doing European Outlook for today's first video. So as always on a Thursday, having a look at the weather for next week, 10 days in detail for Europe, and I shall get on with it for you very, very shortly indeed. Just to say that the second video coming up today is going to be a 10 to 14 day video update with all of regular features. And yes, that's going to be coming on video number 2. I'm going to have the second Christmas update for you tonight. So we began the Christmas countdown on Sunday over the weekend, and we're going to have the second Christmas countdown video for you tonight. So that'll be a very interesting watch, of course. European Outlooks are YouTube exclusive, so we do not embed these videos to GavsWeatherVids.com. So we only have these on YouTube. So, if you want to know when we are releasing the European Outlook and also the USA forecast on a Wednesday, European Outlook on a Thursday. If you want to know when we're doing it, then you will need to be subscribed to the YouTube channel and click all notifications when you'll be notified when we are releasing these videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so this is a situation across Europe. So high pressure is dominating across the west of Europe. We've got this large ridge extending in from the UK right way over towards Poland and Ukraine. To the north of that, we're bringing in a strong westerly regime and also areas of low pressure rattling into Scandinavia with quite a strong jet stream up there as well. To the south of it, we've got a deep area of low pressure off the coast of Portugal that's pulling up a mild or a warm southerly wind into Spain and Portugal, but also bringing some outbreaks of rain and thunderstorms. So this is how the upper air temperatures are looking today. Generally some mild seen across most parts of Europe. It is a little bit cooler or colder up across Scandinavia, but even there it's relatively mild really for the time of year with these westerly winds. And yeah, generally it's a mild scene through most parts of Europe with those upper air temperatures. Loads of dry weather as well today under that ridge. So there is outbreaks of rain and of course snow the further north you go and into mountainous areas across Norway, just pushing into northern parts of Sweden as well. Some wintry conditions up towards the far northeast as well. Some heavy showers around Greece, some big showers around Spain and Portugal, especially to the south. Big showers and thunderstorms there. However, the majority of Europe, from France, UK and Ireland in the west, right way over to west of Russia in the east, and all points in between, generally pretty dry, you have to say, today. Despite the fact that the upper air temperatures are, quite mild, actually down on the surface of this ridge of high pressure, it's not overly mild, it's actually quite chilly, really, with the upper air temperatures, with many places sort of pegged back into single digits. It does look quite warm, though, down in the Mediterranean. Friday high pressure is still in control, but it's beginning to drift away to the east a little bit, just starting to tilt me around a little bit more into the south and to the southeast. This area of low pressure is still bringing further showers and longer spells of rain down towards Spain and Portugal. And we still have those westerlies running in over top across Scandinavia. Upper air temperatures, again, looking pretty warm across most parts of Europe, or certainly quite mild with the upper air temperatures across most parts of Europe. Scandinavia looking very mild with these west-south-westerly winds. Any cold air there, genuine cold upper air temperatures being pushed back to the very, very far north of Scandinavia. And actually quite hot down across southern parts of some parts of Spain and into North Africa with those upper air temperatures as well. Again, lots of dry weather coming up tomorrow under that area of high pressure. There is sort of showery rain and snow over mountainous areas across northern parts of Scandinavia and Sweden. Some heavy showers and thunderstorms down towards Greece. Big showers and maybe even some longer spells of thundery rain moving into Portugal. That could push eastwards across Spain through the course of Friday. But that said, again, you see the vast majority of Europe in those white colours, which tells there's no precipitation, lots of dry weather under that big area of high pressure. Temperatures for central and northern Europe remain quite chilly under the ridge of high pressure, only into sort of upper single digits to low double digits temperatures, so somewhere around 8 to 12 or 13 under that area of high pressure. I mean, Scandinavia, northern Scandinavia, Sweden down into Denmark, it is cold there because it's November, and so it's going to be quite cold, but temperatures will be above average across southern parts of Scandinavia, so like Denmark, southern Sweden. It's actually really quite mild, and most parts of the Mediterranean look very mild or quite warm as well. Southern Spain, for example, could see temperatures into the mid to upper 20s Celsius tomorrow. Saturday takes that high pressure more towards the eastern side of Europe. Low pressure beginning to push northwards from Spain and Portugal, heading up towards the Bay of Biscay, for example. The westerlies continue around the top of a ridge across Scandinavia and into the Baltic areas. Upper air temperatures are looking generally mild or very mild across most parts of Europe again on Saturday. Loads of dry weather once more through most parts of Europe, especially sort of central east parts of Europe, but also extending out into west. Some outbreaks of rain up across Norway, tend to snow in mountainous areas. Heavy showers and thunderstorms affecting northern parts of Spain and Portugal. Some of those drifting through the Bay of Biscay, possibly affecting some parts of France as well. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather through the Med. Some showers scattered about in towards Greece. Temperatures are looking like that. So again, it's quite a mild scene down across southern Europe anyway, widely into below 20 Celsius there. Not as cold as it should be for the time of year either across Scandinavia. Probably getting a little bit milder for like France into parts of southern England, Germany, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, in the Low Countries, possibly in Poland. Begin to just get a little bit milder as we move into the weekend. Sunday, again, high pressure across central eastern parts of Europe. Low pressure is trying to push in from the west, but it's having a real fight on its hands coming up against that area of high pressure. Upper air temperatures are looking very mild across many parts of Europe again on Sunday. Precipitation-wise, really from like France all the way back to Russia, it's mainly dry through most parts of Europe. There will be some heavy showers or some longer spells of rain for Ireland and the UK, just down to the north of France. So some quite heavy showers coming through there potentially on Sunday. And then thunderstorms potential, longer spells of rain across Portugal and into northern and western parts of Spain. Otherwise, again, most places are dry. The emphasis is on dry weather over the next few days. Bit colder across parts of Norway and Sweden, perhaps, on Sunday. Otherwise, again, most parts of Europe are quite mild, especially so out in the west. So again, France and sort of the Low Countries and down to Spain and Portugal looking really quite mild through there as we go into the weekend. Monday is dominated by high pressure across the northern, central and eastern parts of Europe. Again, this low pressure is desperately trying to come in from off the Atlantic, but its path is being blocked to some degree. The upper air temperatures are looking mild again through most parts of Europe. A little bit of colder air digging into the far north of Scandinavia, though, by Monday. But generally, it's a mild scene with those upper air temperatures. There's further showers or longer spells of rain potentially pushing up the western side of Europe. So again, Spain and Portugal could have some showers moving up in towards France and into Ireland and southern parts of England as well. Scotland looks mainly dry. Anywhere further east of that is going to have loads of dry weather as we go into Monday. Temperature-wise, you see it is getting colder across Norway and Sweden, especially more northern areas. But yes, it is turning colder up over the Scandinavian peninsula. Away from there, though, generally it's another mild scene. And again, especially so down that western side of Europe. Tuesday, we're trying to get a bit of Scandinavian high going now up over the Scandinavian peninsula, but high pressure still dominates across the northern, central and eastern parts of Europe. Again, the low pressure is desperately trying to come in from off the Atlantic, but its path is being blocked. So colder air is digging in across northern Scandinavia and into the sort of Baltic Sea states and those northeastern countries, Latvia, Estonia. Didn't see some colder air starting to dig in. Finland as well, starting to dig in from the north and into the northwest of Russia. That aside, most parts of Europe are actually looking very mild again with those upper air temperatures. As high pressure continues to dominate, it's another pretty dry day through most areas. Some snow showers pushing in across the far north and northeast of Europe, and some rain showers for around the UK, again affecting parts of the Low Countries and into France as well. But the emphasis once more is on mainly dry weather actually on Tuesday. See how the cold air is just beginning to expand a little bit across northern, northeast parts of Europe and into the northwest of Russia and across Scandinavia peninsula as well. Just beginning to see some colder air digging in from the north in those areas on Tuesday. Otherwise, it's a pretty mild scene in most areas, particularly so again across western parts of Europe. Wednesday, high pressure is in the northeast, low pressure is out to the west, so the battle continues. Really cold in the extreme northeast of Europe and into the west of Russia. Actually, winter really digging in next week across western parts of Russia. The Russian winter, or western Russian winter, really starts to dig in through next week. Otherwise, again, though, most parts of Europe are looking mild once more. On Wednesday, it's mainly dry once again under that area of high pressure. Some showery rain or maybe, you know, a little bit of sleet or snow across southern parts of Scandinavia and Sweden and Denmark. But generally, I think most of that will be rain. A band of quite heavy rain moving in from Ireland into the UK and possibly west of France. But otherwise, again, the emphasis is on dry weather for Wednesday. Temperature-wise, so very cold across the northern part of Scandinavia and into the west of Russia. A little bit chilly, I suppose, down this eastern side of Europe as well by Wednesday. But mildish conditions look like they're through the Med and up the western side of Europe with temperatures widely into double digits. And then Wednesday looks like that, so low pressure is over the UK and Ireland by this point, but again, still high pressure dominates across most parts of Europe once again. Cold air just at the gates of Europe on the Russian and European border. Turning milder across Scandinavia probably again by Thursday. And most parts of Europe do look pretty mild with those upper air temperatures once more. Outbreaks of rain for Ireland and also for the UK, so that coming down into northern parts of France. Otherwise, again, I just repeat myself day by day, but otherwise, you know, the emphasis is on dry weather once more for Thursday under that large area of high pressure, keeping most parts of Europe dry. Some heavy showers perhaps breaking out over Italy and through the central part of the Med. Cold with the temperature in the far north and northeast into the west of Russia. Otherwise, probably near north for the central parts of Europe and mild with the temperature out in the west. I'll just run you up to day 10. So basically, the battle continues. This is Friday next week, 13th of November. High pressure remains to the east-northeast. Low pressure out to the west. So more bands of rain coming in off the Atlantic into the far west of Europe will affect the UK. But most parts of Europe will be dry and mild. Saturday the 14th through to Sunday the 15th of November sees that high pressure gradually collapsing. High pressure is gradually collapsing down towards the Black Sea and perhaps becoming a little bit more unsettled with low pressure pushing in from off the Atlantic, perhaps more vigorously as we get through to the middle part of November. Although, having said that, that's a long way out. And these models do often try to reset the pattern back to westerly, is, you know, collapse the ridge and reset the pattern back to the default, which is westerly. So whether the ridge does collapse like that down to Black Sea remains to be seen. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty mild and pretty dry week, really, through most parts of Europe. Most of the weather will be in the far west of Europe, including the UK, with some rain at times there. Most places mild, getting colder next week across parts of Scandinavia, especially in the north, around the Baltic Sea. And the western Russian winter looks like it's going to start to bite next week as well. Otherwise, though, most places will be mild. Right, that's it for video number 1 for today, then. Remember, if you've enjoyed the video, please click like on video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we release these European outlooks on YouTube every Thursday. We're going to be back later on for a 10 to 14 day update, including all our regular features and second Christmas update coming up for you tonight. The Christmas countdown will continue. For this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.